You will notice that I include the standard equations every time for the exponential function so that you are aware of that and never forget it, even if I wake you up 3 o'clock in the morning. In this video we are considering b less than or equal to -1, but a is still positive, or a is still greater than 1, but x is positive, so we have a plus x there. So again, my green graph here, my mother graph, what will happen if I have b equal to -1? Then if b is equal to -1, I can see here, if I look at the graph here, then this is my blue graph, then I see from a to the x-axis and from the x-axis to b is equidistant, and the same there from e to the x-axis is 2 units, and from there from the x-axis to f is 2 units. So this blue graph G is the reflection or mirror of the green graph f of x equal to t is about the x-axis. It is just a reflection. The domain is still all real numbers, but what happens now with the range? The range now, our smallest value here is -infinity up to 0. So the range is now negative values. All the values are negative there. We do not have an x-intercept. Our y is equal to -2 to the 0, that is equal to -1, and you will notice that is where it cuts the y-axis. And again we have no vertical asymptote, and the horizontal asymptote is the x-axis or the line y equal to 0. We are still busy with negative b, so in this case b is -3. I have a domain of all real numbers and I have a range of -infinity up to 0. My x-intercept, no x-intercept, my y-intercept is at -3 times 2 to the 0, so that will be -3. And my horizontal asymptote y equal to 0 or the x-axis. My purple graph is now this -4 times 2 to the x, and my b value is -4, my domain is R, my range is -infinity up to 0. My y-intercept is -4, 2 times 0, so that is -4. My vertical asymptote, I do not have a vertical asymptote, but my horizontal asymptote is still y equal to 0 or the x-axis. So if we label our graphs here, we will have here y equal to 2 to the x. This is y equal to -2 to the x, and this one here is y equal to -3 times 2 to the x, and the purple one is y equal to -4 times 2 to the x. Note that the 2 to the x, it's plus x, plus x, plus x. And because these values, remember that -1 is greater than -2, is greater than -3, is greater than -4. So if I then have my values here, then that's why my blue graph is above, my red graph is above my purple graph. Again, I've summarized here at x equal to 0, then y is 1 for the green graph, y is -1 for the blue graph, -3 for the red graph, and -4 for the purple graph. When x is less than 0 on this side, my ya is larger than my yb, my yc and my yd, and on the positive side the same thing happens. My y of e is larger than my y of f, it's larger than my y of g, and it's larger than my y of h. Again, remember, if you substitute the three values, -1, 0 and plus 1. You anyway have to do the 0, 1 to get the y-intercept. So just check the minus 1 value and the plus 1 value, and then it's very easy to draw it.